Hey everyone, Drew here, and today we are going to check out the new burn unit, Honnoji. Her speed is below average, but that is only fair given her skill set. And talking about her skill set, that one is actually quite complex and extensive, so let's jump right into it. Raging Charge is her first active skill and actually the only one that is actually gaining spirit for your team. So it's +1 spirit, 70 time units, 75% damage to one enemy. She is becoming enraged for her next turn basically, and is also granted one charge. The charge mechanic we have seen before with Sun Wukong, and now this is basically the burn Sun Wukong, but much improved over Sun Wukong, as you will see. But nevertheless, the same as with Sun Wukong, she can store a maximum of 3 charges. So this skill already does a lot of things in quite a short time, but it's nothing against the upcoming skills. So when we look at the second skill, we have the Honnoji Bazooka. And this one can be quite crazy with sufficient RNG. It costs 2 spirit, 130 time units, which isn't low, but it targets all enemies and ignores the stealth status effect. So this is pretty crazy, and for each target the damage is chosen at random. So as per the code, 50% of the time she will deal 100% damage, 33% of the time 200% damage, and 17% of the time 400% damage. It also ignores the counterstand status effect and skin passive skills. It doesn't ignore, however, the armor effect, but given that it is an attack all skill, I think still very good. She can only use it if she has at least one charge, and then it will consume. So one charge will be consumed on the user. Probably even better or much different, but still very, very good is the instant Bazooka, which costs just 1 spirit and 1 time unit. Of course, it is an instant skill. It gives 400% damage to one enemy and heals the user fully and grants 1 charge to the user. But if you are running her in a burn team and there are at least 4 units on the battlefield with the burn status, she will instead deal 500% damage and gain 2 charges. And if it's even 6 units, then it's 600% damage and 3 charges. The 2 downsides or limitations with this skill are that she needs to have the burn status effect to actually use it, and it also becomes locked according to the charges she has after the attack. So if she has 1 charge sword, it will be locked for 50 time units, for 2 it's 100 time units, and for 3 it's 150 time units. This is definitely a bit of a nerf to her, because obviously usually you want her to have more charges stored up, but if she does have more charges, she will not get to use the instant bazooka skill quite as often. The last active skill is the Honnoji missile. 2 spirit costs, 100 time units. That's a bit of a hefty price tag for 400% damage to one enemy. However, there is some additional benefit. She gains the healing burn status effect for 300 time units and a stun ward. The healing burn status effect we have seen before with Fire Misha 1 year ago, but this time it is much improved and they figured out how to make it better. We will see more about that in the passives. She can only use this if she doesn't have healing burn already, which might not be the case all that often. Furthermore, she needs to have at least 1 charge stored, and 1 charge will be consumed on the user. The stun ward, of course, prevents stun from being applied once and then is removed. And given her passives, it might actually be quite rare that we see her get stunned at all. A unit with healing burn will heal after each turn at the same rate as burn would deal damage instead of taking damage from burn. Healing burn will override other status effects on the user and can replace the burn status effect, but cannot be replaced by burn. Other units that attack this unit or are being attacked by this unit will gain the burn status effect, and the healing burn cannot be removed by Purify skills, which is quite nice for Honnoji. Moving on to the passive side, we have two completely new skills here as well. Granted, it's a combination of a few things, of course. Face the Flames is the first one, and this basically means that she enters the battlefield with the healing burn status effect for 300 time units and 1 charge. Even if she starts on the battlefield, this will already be active. And similar to Sun Wukong, the charges will act as hold ground if she needs it. So if she would be defeated, she will survive with 1 HP instead and consume 1 charge. Now with the second passive, you might get deja vu. We have Viral Livestream, and whenever any non-conjured unit, and that is true for the enemy team or the allied team, is defeated or sacrificed by any source while this unit is not sleeping, she gains the healing burn status effect for 300 time units again. And she is enraged. And she gains a stun ward. And allies gain 1 spirit, and that is quite important. So anytime anybody non-conjured dies, she actually gains spirit. That is important. Why? Because otherwise her skill set is quite spirit heavy, but there is quite some spirit generation from that as well. That is an upgrade, of course, over something like the Spirit Loot from Watercallen or the Stealthy Vengeance that also generates a spirit when somebody on your team dies. Though granted, Watercallen's Spirit Loot also activates on conjured units. What's also important here is that this will also reset the timer for the healing burn status effect. So it will yet again be 300 time units, even if she already has the healing burn status effect and, for example, 100 time units already passed. What it also means is that I think she will be constantly burning, except if she is, of course, asleep or if it gets removed otherwise, like by poison or something. But the timer I don't see running out at all. One slight caveat, it seems like if she attacks Sleeping Beauty or some other unit that has Sleep Thorns and she isn't already burning, then the sleep effect will trigger and the Viral Livestream will not. So, Honnoji, the flame-catching streamer, looks quite promising to me. If you ask me, it is another strong burn unit, probably top 5. I mean, one thing that is definitely something that we need to look out for is her AI. Sun Wukong had some fishy stuff going on there that held her back quite a bit, but for Honnoji it might be different. She certainly has a lot more failsafes built into her skill set, and there's a lot of damage that can come from her. What is particularly interesting to me is that I think she could actually work well in a non-burn team as well. Yes, there is this one skill that is kind of scaling dependent on how many burning units are on the field. But other than that, she is quite self-dependent, and her hate level or her survivability actually might be helped by not being together with too many burn units. But that's just a slight preview of my impressions. Of course, as always, I will be posting a full and extensive review containing an AI analysis and how far she will go in arena, what my tier prediction will be. And you can also stay tuned for a video showing her in top level arena very soon. Thanks to Saturn and LensJS for the materials used in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a true carrot, and as always, thanks for watching.